Hey everyone, welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. I'm your girl Monica, along with my fabulous co-host, the beautiful Monique Kelly, the hilarious Amir Yes, the man with the master plan that gets the party started, Mr. DJ Richie Sky.
Hey.
And today we have a special guest. Miss Buffy Purcell is joining the panel, and I am super excited, along with my co-host, Buffy Purcell. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Miss Purcell is author of Crawl Before You Bawl.
I love that.
I love that.
I need that.
I love that.
She's nationally recognized as a personal finance and tax expert. She's been seen on HLN, CNN, CNBC. And for those that reality TV viewers, Buffy appeared on Married to Medicine season 7. Okay, the girl comes with the credentials, okay?
The ones who have them. I like you already, Buffy.
Buffy, your
Welcome.
TikToks are off the chain. Your TikToks are off the chain. I love
Thank you.
And her Instagram. I mean, if you guys aren't following Buffy on Instagram, honey, you are missing out. Buffy gives me my entire life, okay?
I aim to please.
All right, y'all. So today we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac. Wendy's family is at war with Eddie's family. There's a tribal war going on.
You said.
Okay, there's a tribal war. Okay, Ashley and Michael seek counseling for their escapades. Candace presses charges against Monique. Let's get into it, y'all.
A website called All About the Tea.
She told all about the tea that during the fight.
All right. So the episode starts with Wendy and her husband, Eddie, planning a sip and see for their baby, Cameron. She's so adorable. Isn't she
So cute.
Oh my God, chocolate drop.
Such a cute baby.
And I love the faces that she makes when Wendy starts talking her ish. She just makes that baby be looking at her like, Mama, what are you talking about? So Wendy starts talking. According to Wendy, Eddie's mom became intimidated of her mother and decided she no longer wanted her son to marry Wendy. And the rest of Eddie's family, including Eddie's father and his siblings, took his mother's side. And Eddie hasn't spoken to his family in 8 years. I know. They haven't met his children. They didn't attend his wedding. And the family, it's a big family feud. It's a mess. I was told, a family source from Eddie came to me, and what I was told was that the situation pretty much, is a socioeconomic one. Mm-hmm. And there's some sort of caste system in their culture. And the way this person described it is that Wendy's family is from the wrong side of the tracks. That's what they told me. So I don't know, if this is affecting everything going on. But I want to know, so Eddie texts his mom and he invites her to this sip and see. But I want to know how he got his mama's number, because he hadn't spoken to her in 8 years. Let's dive into that. Monique, your thoughts?
Okay, so every time I want to not like Wendy and she ticks me off on an episode prior, then you see the family and you're like, oh my God, I love the family. I love the love between her and her husband. They're just a beautiful family. And it's just sad because look at what his family is missing out on. And I mean, I was just hoping you could see the pain in his eyes as he talked about it. I was just hoping they would come. But I love this family and I love this side of Wendy. Damn it. After this episode, I liked her. Damn. It's the baby and the kids and the husband and their love.
I know. Buffy, your thoughts?
I didn't like Wendy the last episode, but I agree with Monique. This episode, I'm here for excellence. I'm here for the culture. I'm here for the Nigerian fashion. I'm here for the family lineage and the honoring thy mother and their sister, who's a surgeon. I think they knew full well Mama wasn't coming, and that text probably just went into cyberspace.
I'm right there with you.
Ain't nobody doing all that.
Not received, honey. Not received.
Not delivered.
Never delivered. Yeah.
No, dot.
Right to the producer. Right to the producer.
Correct. With a K.
Yeah. Do you guys think that on some naive level, Eddie thought that going on the show would help, like, a reconciliation happen with his family? Do we think that? That he thought maybe the TV show would help?
I think it probably made it worse, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very, well, I mean, you brought, but I mean, you know, you get looked down upon when you do reality, when you're from a family of academia. I mean, my family was not happy.
That's true.
Yeah,
Richie,
my
your
dad said,
thoughts?
like, you're cut out of the will if you do Shaws of Sunset. He told me.
Oh,
Well, you said no Shaws.
no pause.
Amir, you should go on that show. I would live for that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think you should.
You would be so good on that show.
So good.
I don't know how to feel about this situation. I mean, I feel like I need someone who is from Nigeria to come sit down and explain to me exactly what the problem is. Like, I guess I look at it from, you know, just my own perspective, and I only know what I grew up with, right? So for me, I would like another opportunity to learn more about what it is specifically about Wendy's family that Eddie's family does not vibe with. I need somebody to sit down with me and educate me on exactly what the problem is, because now I'm interested and I want to know more, and I don't feel like I got a really thorough explanation about it.
Agreed.
That's true.
Yeah. I personally feel Wendy's the problem, to be honest with you.
I knew you were going to say that, Monica.
I do. Okay, first of all, can I say how genuine and lovable Eddie is? Okay.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about the exterior, I'm talking about the interior.
Yep.
That man has a good heart and he's genuine, and we're seeing raw emotions. There's not a fake bone in his body besides the fake phone that his wife gave him with the text message. Besides that, but you can tell he's genuinely in pain. He's hurting. And I don't know if it's like Wendy's ego. I mean, I can't speak on it because I'm not in that family. But I feel she could do more to try to bridge the gap and bringing, Nigerians are very particular about certain things and they don't like their business to be put on Front Street. Mm-hmm. So to go and put this on TV, child, you're going to be cursed by the whole village, Yeah. You just can't do it.
I think until the money comes in, right, Monica? I have a friend who's a TikTok star and her family's from Nigeria. And up until the point she started getting those big bucks, they really didn't take her seriously. So I think maybe once they see Wendy's maybe kind of goes back to her contract and gets more money next season, maybe they'll be on board. I don't know. Hard to tell.
I don't know. All right, well, let's move on to Ashley and Michael seeking some counseling, y'all.
Girl.
Ooh. So Ashley and Michael reach out to a counselor for their marital issues. According to Michael, he feels complete isolation due to Ashley, her new role as mother, and it's caused him to cheat. Ashley admits they used to do unconventional things, quote unquote, in their marriage that she no longer wants to do since the birth of their son, baby Dean. Yes, honey, having a baby will remove that Jezebel spirit from you. I'll tell you.
Not Jezebel.
Ooh, child. I know.
I'm through Sade. Jezebel.
It will take it right out of you.
I love you.
Mhm. So Ashley wants to put a lock on their sex den, but Michael is not ready. He wants to continue with the open marriage lifestyle. Michael says his issues are internal and they stem from childhood abuse, emotional abuse by his daddy, who was an alcoholic and verbally assaulted him. And that's why he cheats and acts out. Let's dive into it. Monique, your thoughts.
Okay, so here's the problem. When you marry someone and you guys agree to a certain lifestyle, you're living a certain lifestyle when you get married, and then all of a sudden you want to switch it up. I'm not justifying Michael cheating, but she is switching up the original lifestyle that they agreed to in their marriage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now Michael is like, wait a minute, this is not who I married. And she's like, but I have changed. So I understand both points. But what I can appreciate about Michael, I can't believe I'm saying something nice, is at least he was willing to go to counseling. Because there's a lot of men out there that were like, I'm not changing. I don't care. So at least he's willing to go to counseling. And I am rooting for them because Ashley is a smart chick, okay? She got her post-nup. She has her baby. By the way, Dean and Cameron should get together. They'd be a cute little couple. And she's smart. She is playing the role to a T. But I get both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Buffy, your thoughts?
Monique couldn't have said it any better. Ashley's brilliant. She's a smart. I said from day one. And they, as a couple, are reality TV gold.
Really?
Yes, they are. I think they will outlast every marriage on that show. 100%. They're a power couple and a team, and they know what it is.
Yep. Thank you, Bobby. They know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you, Ashley? I ain't mad at you.
I know that's right. Mm-hmm. Richie, thoughts?
I'm so sick of people who are in their like 40s, 50s, and 60s using this thing that happened to them as a child to excuse their current behavior. It annoys the heck out of me because I feel like that's just a way for you to sort of take the onus off of you for the thing that you did and place it on something that happened to you so many years ago that no one can refute. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I don't really get that mindset. Like, and she just sitting there like, listen, I got to tell you, I thought it was probably one of the most progressive marital counseling sessions I've ever seen on television because she was stroking his hand all the way through it. And I was like, oh, this is some real next level stuff right here. This is new marriage in this right here, what we doing in Potomac. I was like, okay, I wasn't ready for it, but I was actually happy about it. I just don't like him blaming it on his past. You know what I'm saying? Because that didn't make sense to me.
Amir, your thoughts?
I like the therapist's face, honey. That therapist was judging the ish out of them. And she was not even trying to be professional. She was like, ooh.
No, you're not.
She was great. I loved her. I thought she was great. So I love that. I thought the therapist was what I was feeling when I was watching it. But listen, I agree with Richie, but that age-old way of blaming your past, it excuses you. People accept that. They take it and it sucks, but they do. And listen, men have been cheating on their pregnant wives for years, honey. This is not new. This is not Michael Darby. Men are cavemen, unfortunately. So they, unless you're a bit developed, you're going to do that. So.
Absolutely. Michael and Ashley, I just love them because they understand reality TV.
They do.
Like no other.
Yes.
It's a business for them.
Yes.
Michael is going to go on TV and pretend, like his daddy, like you said, how do we even go back and verify the daddy abused
We
him?
can.
We can't. We cannot. And at a certain point in your life, whether it's 30, 40, or 50, there's an expiration date on the things that happened in your childhood that you can blame your current behavior on. It expires.
And Monica, to your point, the fact that he was even able to acknowledge it means he's aware of it and he knows it. A lot of times when you don't know what it is, that's when you need more counseling. He pinpointed it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, they was planned.
Yes, it was. He was out of there real quick. He took ownership
okay,
and he was like, "There was great. I'm out.
It's over.
See ya. Thank you. I'll be at the restaurant when I broke the fourth wall."
He delivered his line well, honey.
I mean, Ashley was smiling through the whole session. Yes, Michael cheated, and she's smiling. Seriously, girl, come on.
She's smiling about that new post up. Smart girl. Smart girl.
Very smart.
Wow.
Hey, y'all, we need to check on our folks. We got a lot of people in the chat. Let's do the roll call.
Oh, yes, my jam.
Oh, you know we live, right? Let's go. It's the roll call. It's the roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, down in Monica today? It's the roll call, roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. 'Cause we wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, down in Monica today? Who's on live with us right now? Tap in, drop an emoji if you know you bout that action. Gotta go get it, ain't no time for relaxing. My family gotta eat, so I'm bringing all them racks in. She wanna get managed. Say no more, your ex is granted. No handlebars, watch me handle it. No pillow talking, don't be scandalous.
Hey, all right, y'all. Who we got on the live today? Hermine Delport. I see you. Sharon, I see you. Sharon R. Una Nina. Patrice Green. Heidi Black. Sweet Cookie in the building, y'all.
Sweet Cookie!
Ooh, we love some sweet cookie. Singe. Hey, Singe. I got all your emails. Thank you. Dalvin Prince. Mabel King. Miss T. Courtney. Mabel King. I said Zaylene. Cooch LaCream. Very interesting name.
Very interesting.
Let me find out, Miss Cooch. Courtney.
Yeah, Miss Cooch. Michael Darby's next victim.
Is she advertising? I know. Crazy Destiny, Teresa, Amy J, Lorraine, Jamal, April B. Hey, April B. Southern Ivy, welcome and thank y'all for rocking with us today. You could be anywhere, but you're choosing to be with us, and we appreciate it. All right, y'all. So moving on this episode. Ray and Karen. Okay. Girl. So Ray and Karen take a stroll in a neighborhood. While Karen continues to fight for her marriage, Ray feels like the fame has gotten to her head. Okay. All he wants is a hot cooked meal at night and his woman in the bed beside him. That's it. Karen feels Ray's intimidated by her fame and recent success. Ray's bottom line is, stay home and cook me a meal. That's it. Monique, our relationship expert, break this down for us. What's going on?
So first of all, Ray on their wedding day, he looked kind of good, honey. He was fine. I see him, Karen. He was looking good. But here's what happens. When you marry a man who is a little more seasoned, a little more older than you, it's real cute when you 30, he 50, you 40, he's 60. But as he gets older, the dynamics change. Okay, so that's the first thing. Number two, a lot of times with reality shows, these women were married to men who were breadwinners. Mm-hmm. Men who make a lot of money, they do have a little bit of an ego. I mean, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times they cannot handle when all of a sudden you're making the money, you're in the spotlight, and they don't know how to handle it. But what I can appreciate about Karen is she's fighting for her marriage. And she told Ray yesterday, which I'm so glad she said, meet me halfway. I can't do it all on my own. But she is fighting for her marriage, and they are going to make it.
Buffy, what are your thoughts?
He's a narcissist. You're correct. and you know, he married a trophy wife who now is the breadwinner. And he's having problems with it because she had to pay them taxes off, and that's embarrassing.
Say that part.
Yeah. She paid them off, right? Allegedly. And so the dynamics have changed. She's the breadwinner. She's the one on television and in the news, not him anymore. And the Black Bill Gates is having problems with it. But, you know, she's doing what she's supposed to do. They're going to stay married. They love each other. He'll get over it. She better just hire a chef so that food is cooked. I mean, you could do that. That's what I do.
Okay. Take it out.
I see your point. Yeah.
Right. Just sit down and have dinner with them, but have somebody else prepare it because you out making money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's all she needs to do.
Good point. Very good point. Richie, your thoughts?
Karen need to order some Hello Fresh, okay? Just order the meals, have them sent to the house. All this man wants is a good meal. And quite frankly, if it was me, if I was him, I would be tired of working anyway. Girl, go to work. Make some money for me. That's all I want. You make the money, give me some Hello Fresh, and I'm gonna be good. Show up every night in the bed, okay? And we all good.
And he ain't gonna want every night.
Well, you know what I'm saying is like I'm saying this though. I'm saying like just be there every night when we go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's what keeps, you know, part of what keeps the relationship, I feel like, intimate is those types of moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just feel like give him those basic things, and I feel like he might be happy.
I think so. I agree to your point. Amir, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, listen, I understand what Ray is trying to say, but the fact of the matter for me is I want to go back to when Karen ever made a meal. Like, it doesn't seem like she was ever in the kitchen making, you know, zucchini fusilli. I don't think that was Karen's. So I was a little confused as to what wife he was talking about.
Right.
But it must have been before the show started.
Yeah.
Because remember, she had the competition with Giselle about those cookies. So she was obviously in the kitchen at some point baking.
When the kids were home, probably.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, that makes sense. But beyond that, I just don't understand their relationship. Like Buffy said, they're going to stay together. What I want to know about is the deer. What was going on with the deer and the buck and I was like, safe walking around that. That was crazy.
Can I tell y'all, they are everywhere here. They are everywhere.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable just walking around with them running wild? I would be scared personally.
No, I'm not.
I would too. Yeah.
That's too much.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, they're just used to it. You know, like I told y'all last week, I don't want to give you spoilers, but they do work it out. They do work it out. And they're happy right now. They're in a better place. I mean, you know, Ray's old school. He likes to provide for his woman, and he wants his woman in a, you know, apron with the booty out. Like I told y'all, you know, just cooking dinner, cooking bacon or whatever. And he's used to being the sole provider. And his ego was a little bruised when he had to take a back seat. And Karen stepped up and stepped into that man role. That, you know, they have traditional roles in their relationship. And it's a lot to his ego and who he is as a man. And it seems, I don't know what he's doing now. I don't know if he's working or what, but it's all hitting him and not in a good way. He needs to find a hobby or go start another company or, I don't know, get on YouTube, something.
You say get on YouTube.
Yes.
Get on YouTube. Nobody want to hear from him.
Nobody's trying to work forever. The goal is not to work forever. The goal is to have time to do what you want to do. And so if the Black Bill Gates did what he did and his wife is popping off making good money now, read a book, rest, paint.
Yeah.
Time is what you want.
Sit your ass down.
Right.
Absolutely. The expert has spoken, the tax expert. Speaking of taxes, Buffy.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay.
I've been waiting for you to ask this question.
Last
That
week.
wasn't delicate.
DJ Richie.
I'm being asked, so I'm going to respond.
Yeah, you are the tax expert. Yeah,
I am indeed.
you are. So last week, it was revealed that Robyn owed the IRS $90K for unpaid, I guess, wages for 2 years. And she just laughed it off as I'm not good with money. Girl, I couldn't wait for you to chime in and break it all down for us.
Yeah. So she filed her taxes and received an underreporter of income notice. So she got a 1099 from somebody for some more money, and that cost her taxes now, allegedly. Or she owed $90,000 anyway and just didn't pay it. But they want their money. And so this is the thing. And I with people who come to my practice, I'm like, don't come to me when you get the last notice. You need to come from the beginning, because the IRS gives a bad rap. They will work out a payment plan with you and not report nothing to nobody. But when you ignore it and wait till the last minute, this is what happens. All she had to do was get them 40 grand. They would have gave her a payment plan for that balance of 50 over 5-6 years, and nobody would have been the wiser. So you got to be about your business instead of worrying about Monique business.
That part, okay,
Wow.
let me say that again.
Be about your business, right? And like, you know, she's starting companies, and every year she's trying to reinvent herself, and I'm cool with that. If something doesn't work, try something else. But you got to cross every T and dot every I. You can't play around with the government. Don't play around with your money.
Unless you're the president.
Yeah. He's another reality star.
That's true. That is very true, Buffy.
Good point. I just want to know how Robyn thought she could hide under the radar and not pay them taxes and get away with it.
I don't know. I don't know. I am happy to hear that she says she's going to put off the wedding and try to get a new house and handle her business. So I will say that. That's good. Pay your taxes.
Selling
Pay
some
your
hats,
bills.
honey.
Right.
Sell some
Stop. Stop.
She's selling hats now, Miss Robyn. You know, God bless her. Like you said, keep trying till something sticks.
Yeah,
you know?
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Cute, though. Those hats are actually cute. And you know, it takes a lot for me to give her a compliment, but those hats were cute.
I wasn't mad at the hats.
You didn't like the hat? You like the
I
hat?
like the real estate. She should stay with that.
I'm not mad at them.
Yeah.
The real estate's good. She should wear the hats with the real estate.
While she's buying properties.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Complex
Actually, I feel like
head.
she should actually advertise the benefit of wearing those hats, because I think that there's some type of satin material on the inside that's supposed to be good for your hair, like not damage the hair.
Oh,
I
like
think
a
that was
bonnet.
one of the. I think that was one of the things. Huh?
They should have said that.
That's what I'm saying. I
Said
feel like
that.
we missed the
really
headline on that.
Who said that? Remember Candy Burst? Who said that? Who said that? Portia. Was it Portia or Candy? Who said that?
Richie, they need to go on and hire you to do
As a
some
publicist,
marketing,
honey. Yes, they need to pay you, Richie.
because that was a missed
I'm really
moment.
about to buy one of
I
the
know.
I'm aware.
Complex Ken said, child, if they went to Buffy, she would have worked all that out real fast. She could have helped Ben, Karen, and Robyn.
True.
Who banned? Who banned?
Who's Ben?
I don't know.
Uncle Ben.
Who's banned?
Ben is Ben Karen's.
Uncle Ben.
Is that supposed to be Karen's husband?
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah. Uncle Ben. Oh, child. Y'all
Oh.
so you ain't right.
You're wrong for that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You are so wrong for
That's
that one.
shade.
Very shady. All right, y'all, moving on. So Candace decides to file charges against Monique. She's on her way to the courthouse and she calls Mom, and Mom gives her a pep talk about pressing these charges over the fight where, Candace asks Monique to drag her, So Candace tells her mother that she feels justified in taking this route because she did nothing to justify getting dragged. Then she breaks out the Kleenex tissue squares,
Triangle.
and crocodile tears just start to fall. And we see her, walking out the courthouse, and 5 minutes later, y'all, 5 minutes later, the story is in People magazine as an exclusive, but they say Monique sells stories to the blog. Okay. Okay. Let's dive into that. Let's start
That is
with
messy.
Look at Richie.
Look at Richie.
Oh, we gotta break out.
And I'm the crybaby child, right? Damn.
Not at all.
I'm sorry. You know, every time when I'm listening to her, like, kind of go over this with her mother, I just feel like it's just such irony because her mama last year had popped her upside the head with a pocketbook, and now you're talking to your mama about another assault that somebody else has pulled on you. It was Housewives ironic. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things that you will only see on Housewives. Not to mention she's driving with the phone in her hand, which is technically against the law in the state of Maryland. Okay, so you are going to press charges on somebody committing a crime.
She was driving fast too, child.
Right.
She was speeder like down that road, honey. That poor producer. I was like, oh.
This was her moment.
It was just Housewives irony.
Mama.
It was Housewives irony to me. Like, I just thought it was like, that was something I felt like I would see on New York.
Yep. I agree. Buffy's right. I mean, they should press charges against the mom then if we're going there, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, in some twisted way in the Bravo sphere, this brought the mom and daughter back together. That's the only good thing that happened. I think if I'm going to look real silver lining. If we're really digging. Yeah, honey, I'm really digging here. I am digging. But that's just my attempt to kind of really try to see the good in it. But otherwise, I think, you know, Candace sitting there and then coming for Ashley like that and being, again, so disgusting and so petty. And I love when Chris was just shut up in her face. Love that.
Well, that moment was rough for me. I don't like
it.
Like that was a bit much for me. This man telling her to shut up and like it was a little merch for me.
A bit merch.
That was a little merch for me. David would never. There are all kind of layers to that of wrong.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
There were steak knives at that table, honey, and we know Candace like a steak knife. So
right. When Ashley pressed charges against her,
I've never had my significant other tell me to shut up.
Right.
That was
Just in the bedroom. I mean, that's different. Behind closed doors.
Right.
You know, but yeah.
In public. That's rough. That was rough.
In front of her mom, too.
She needed to shut up at that point because that's
she did. But
first place.
I agree.
Was a real bitch move. That was a bitch move going to press charges.
And then to say that the law needs to be to the full extent about a damn wig pull, girl. She didn't even touch a person really. She pulled an accessory. Right. So stop. That's too much. And she got a whole married woman with 3 beautiful children. Girl, bye. You tried to stab somebody. Your husband had to restrain you. And you all of a sudden never. How dare people? It's just being a hypocrite for me. Too much.
Yeah. It was very hypocritical. And then her going to dinner with her, her gay friend and sitting there in front of him and crying. And I'm like, you posted such nasty homophobic, transphobic tweets. You've been so disgusting. And then you're talking about online bullying. You called someone a roach and a heifer while they were giving birth. Like what?
Yeah.
I know.
Bullying
I know. Yeah.
Bizarre. It was bizarre. Yeah. I was like, are we just supposed to forget everything she's done just because, like Buffy said, her accessory was pulled? Like, I don't know.
Right. And Ashley could have pressed charges against her. She had a knife.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Very threatening behavior. I agree with you. The irony of it all.
I just feel like what's up when you're on these shows, like they try to tell me later. And so soon somebody's off the limits. I mean, I had whole OBGYNs disclosing my medical business. Did I sue anybody? No, I didn't, because I ain't gonna sue no other Black woman. I just ain't gonna do it. Nope.
Yeah. Buffy, that was horrible.
That really bothered me. I mean, that was.
Ooh.
I'm getting sorry. I'm just saying.
We want to beat somebody's ass for somebody right now. I'm not gonna say
Oh yeah. What bothered me the most, Buffy, with that whole situation with Dr. Jackie was the gaslighting. Acting like you didn't know what you said was one, very unethical, right? A violation of privacy. And like it was public knowledge. Girls, that's the part that's why I really want to
pimp a book. That's the T to pimp a book.
Yeah.
It wasn't to relate to me. There were so many other things she could do to relate to me. I mean, and she could text me to ask me where I bought my couch. Was it from Restoration Hardware? But not to text me to say, girl, off camera, let's go and talk. Because I didn't mean that. That never occurred.
That never happened.
It never happened. So it was all legal. It was all, and that's fine, And I'm getting this off my chest since I got this platform. I never asked her for no apology. Never. That was everybody else that kept bringing it up. I did not want to discuss the loss of 6 children. That was painful for me. And if a Black woman can't cry about the deaths of her children, I don't know what the hell we could cry about. Truly. I didn't cry when they said he was going to cheat with my husband. My house manager was going to cheat with my husband. I laughed all that crap off. So they had to go low, so they could get me to react. Anyway, thank you for letting me get that off my chest. It's my shadow work.
You have our support. You have our support.
And you gotta come back and we just discuss that alone.
Please do. So much to tell y'all. You have no idea. I'm free now. I'm off the plantation. I'm ready to talk.
We're ready to listen too. We ready to listen. Okay.
Welcome home, Buffy. Welcome
home. You got a spot right here, baby. So Candace meets with her friend Cliffy for lunch. He must be so annoyed that she calls him Cliffy. And of course, she's talking about pressing charges on Monique, and she wants Monique prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. She explains that she's so traumatized that she leaves Post-it notes around the house that read, "You're okay."
I can't.
And get this,
is she trying to be made fun of? Like, I think she's trying to be made fun of.
You think so? But Buffy would now, because she's a reality television veteran.
Crybaby. I'll just mess with you.
But here's the crazy part. She says she also wants the law to hold Monique accountable for her social media attacks on her. And then the tissues come out again and the crocodile tears. Let's dive into that, y'all. Let's talk about that. Monique, your thoughts.
The thing that ticks me off is that no one holds her accountable. Her friend, is it Cliffy? Clifford
the dog. I don't know.
Yeah, Clifford the dog. Like he should have said, Monique, you going too far, boo. Like that's not okay. But no one holds her accountable. I'm over her. I'm just, that is too far.
She acts like a petulant child.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone enables that behavior, right, Buffy? Like everyone co-signs it. Her mom is the only person that held her accountable. But now because the mom is like kind of in fight or flight, she's fighting for her daughter. So she's not even holding her accountable anymore. So that's it. She's being enabled by everyone in her life. Not good.
Her mama want her off the payroll. So if she sues, Monique can make some money.
Oh, that part. That part. Exactly. Go out and make your own money. Stop sucking on my titties. She's tired of it. Off.
Monica, I love you.
That's the truth, though. It's the truth. Richie, your thoughts on Monique's social media attacks against Candace, who's traumatized?
I mean, I feel like this. You can't be the villain and the victim at the same time. So you have to make a choice of which one you're going to be, because otherwise it's just confusing to us as the audience. And then we look at you as really just the villain because it looks too confusing for anything else. The other thing is this. She keeps talking about these social media attacks that Monique is doing, I guess, against her. But when I look back at everything that she has said and done to fans, to other bloggers, to her castmates, calling them roaches, wishing death upon people, those are the sorts of things that people really don't like her for. So they were already dragging you, not really for the fight, but they were just dragging you because of the things that you were already doing. So let's not conflate those issues.
Well said.
Very well said. Amir, your thoughts?
I mean, I really like what Richie said about being the victim and the villain. You can't be both. And she is confusing us. On one episode, I feel for her. I'm like, okay, she's having PTSD. She's drinking that microwave tea. I'm like kind of feeling for her. And then, oh, sorry, I tried. I really tried. But I really felt for her in those episodes. And then I'm like, dude, you're then going, and I feel like she moves on, and then she's quickly in her mind like, no, I need to get upset about it again. And it's like, which is it? I don't know. I just don't trust her.
Yeah.
My thoughts at that moment was, say what now? As Nene would say. Because is this the same Candiace Dillard that attacked countless strangers online? Calling a baby ugly and a Chucky doll? You know, wishing death on bloggers, fat shaming folks, calling people broke, low lives and monsters, calling Ashley a roach and a bedwench. Are we talking about the same Candice?
What? I did not know that.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
They both are married to white men,
It's
but yet
crazy.
she's
What?
calling Ashley a bedwench
That.
to Michael. Yes, and a roach. While Ashley gave birth, might I add.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she apologized, saying, I didn't know you were giving birth, which is like a weird excuse. So I would have called you that if you weren't giving birth. It's fine.
Or I would have waited till the next day.
I would have waited till the next day, 24 hours at least.
Yeah, let her scars heal and then go in. Bizarre.
I mean, this girl lives in a fantasy world, a world of delusion.
Mm-hmm.
Then how about she's mad at Karen because Karen is staying in the middle and she wants Karen to go to the dark side? Like, girl, stop.
It's the enabling. Yeah.
Karen, I'm still, I love Karen, but I'm still a little mad about her because she suggested pressing charges too. I'm still a little upset with Karen.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
It's not good. She might have thought it was like a slap on the wrist kind of pressing charges, like a lower level things. I looked it up because 2nd degree assault, which is what she, was being convicted of, it's 5 to 16 years in prison. So when she says, I'm going to go the full extent, she's trying to put this woman in prison for 16 years, meaning she's going to see her youngest daughter at 20 years old. Are you crazy?
Yeah, you got to be evil for that. You got
a mother
for that. Yeah. It's something
She
wrong
needed
with
her ass beat again.
right for that.
For real this time.
That's too much.
That is way too much. That's a long time. She could get 5 to 16.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Giselle,
and her running around being all scared. Why don't they bring Teresa Giudice in for one episode and let's see how scared she is?
Somebody that really would throw some hands.
Really, and Teresa would have got that weave out. That would have came off the head. It'd have been a bald head to the white meat, just the scalp.
And no one would have tried Teresa afterwards.
Oh no.
She would have been, revered. But for black women, we can't do nothing right.
Yeah, that's a double standard. I mean, I just recently watched that episode of Lisa Rinna and Kim Richards in Amsterdam. She tried to choke her. She legit went for the neck and nothing. No press charges. Nothing.
And Teresa knocked Andy ass the hell down. Sorry. Nothing happened. No firing. No, let's bring come to Jesus moment. Everybody, we need to talk about anger management. Nothing. She was made a Bravo icon.
And did they say anything about misrepresenting white? You guys are misrepresenting white women. Did any of the cast members say that?
No.
Nobody said it makes Italians look bad. Nobody cared about Jersey or Italians.
Black women, we got to be perfect, honey.
Yes.
Perfect.
Danielle nearly bent Margaret in half, okay?
Oh, child, she did.
And faced not one consequence for it.
No one even talked about it. Remember when the two Joes went at it and Vermont? And Joe, I think Joe Gorga's shoe polish on his head was everywhere. Everybody's
I remember that. Wow.
That was everywhere, y'all. And nobody even said a word. It was just like, it is what it
great
is.
TV. It's great entertainment. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Oh my God, y'all. So Ashley meets up with Uncle Lump. Can I tell you, I love Uncle Lump.
Beauty pie, love him.
Okay.
Real.
I love, and then her mama with the iPad.
Girl, you did the mama wrong with that. Oh God.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait, what was wrong with the eye? The mama said the eye was oozing.
Yes.
I was
Oozing
trying
and
to
puffing.
figure out what was going on with that.
I don't
Certain
know.
words make me throw up in my mouth. Oozing and ointment are two of the top.
I hate ointment.
Moist.
And I hate when Ashley was like, I want to pop that. Oh, moist is a bad one too. Ooh, girl. Girl. There's a store in LA called Moist Lips, and every time I drive by it, I'm just sick to my stomach.
No, I don't know. No.
Your mama's eye was oozing something, child.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Ooh.
Mm-mm,
So
mm-mm.
Mama, Ashley's mama and Uncle Lump are not here for Michael and his shenanigans, okay? And Ashley's just playing this up like, poor me, poor victim. He is doing this to me. And Uncle Lump says, look, I want to meet Michael. We need to have a sit down. He can't do my niece like this, you know? I like that. I like that she has family in her corner.
I liked him. I liked him. He said, think of the family, not of the penis. I was like, oh, that has to be on a shirt, honey. Gotta be on a shirt somewhere.
Right. And Ashley's like, think of that episode. Yep.
Mama said the baby was in 2 minutes out the hoo-ha, and Michael was already, wandering off. And Ashley was like, well, that's the problem. He wasn't getting any. Ashley's so cute. Bless her heart.
Yeah, don't blame yourself.
She know what she's doing. Don't worry about it.
No, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's like,
Right. Ashley, she set up her case.
She is.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
She's smart. She's
And it's
so smart.
documented
Let's
by
be honest.
Bravo.
yes.
Mhm.
Ashley is the mastermind, the genius of the show. Child.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yep. So it's Cameron Sip and C and the headdresses and the cultural colors and the Nigerian food and the jollof rice. It's beautiful, isn't it?
So nice.
It's beautiful.
It's fun.
Culture.
Very fun.
Culture.
Yes.
How did Wendy go from being my least favorite to likable now? How does
Isn't that crazy? I'm like,
Yeah.
what is happening here? I'm liking her.
I like her too now. Mm-hmm.
Because there's depth
She's
to
so
her
annoying to me.
storyline.
I love her. I loved what we saw, but she still had to do the little I don't know. I just feel like the way she interacts with people, she kind of is like, I'm better than you. I'm like, stop doing I feel like when Karen's like, oh, what is this food? And she's like, it's Nigerian food. I'm like, tell her what it is. Engage people. When I invite people over and we have Persian food, I explain, I'm like, there's saffron and this is this. I try to kind of teach. She's just very much like, it's Nigerian food. Why don't you know what it is? And it's like, Karen's just asking. She's interested. Include people a little bit more.
She's being herself. She may just be a bitch. I'm here for real.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here for real.
Yeah.
If she's a snob, she's a snob. I'm here for it. Be your real, authentic self, honey. We need that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. All right. I love Buffy, so I'm convinced. All right, Wendy's fine. Whatever.
Love you too.
Now, what it is with Wendy is just like Buffy said, she is being her authentic self. So, being a bitch, being uppity, the Jermaine Jackson edges, everything. It's so intriguing to me. I'm intrigued. By it.
You did not say Jermaine Jackson.
Spot on, honey. Yes. Put that B2B down. Step away.
Edge control. She must spend like $500 a month on edge control. Child. They laid.
Oh my God.
Ooh, child. That's not no
Kenya Moore, if you're listening, do an edge control line for Kenya Moore here.
No, that's what Candace needs to do. She's got the wig line.
Oh yeah. Candace needs to do the wig glue. Wendy needs to do the edge control.
Oh, yes.
She can sell it.
100%.
You are right about that, Monica.
Yes.
It's a Fight Club glue. That shit will not come off no matter what you're doing.
I'm amazed by that. That wig, MVP.
Yes.
Yeah, MVP for real, for real. All right, so the ladies sit down. So they do the cultural ceremony. Everybody's dancing. They're spraying baby Cameron with the money, and the ladies. That was so nice. Nigeria, you get paid at those Nigerian.
Yes, honey, they set you up for success.
You get paid.
Deposits.
Yeah.
We don't want
I love at the end of the
money.
night when they were cleaning it up, the aunt and the kids were cleaning up the dollar bills. I was like, this is how you do it.
Honey.
I love it.
Party's paid for.
Yeah.
Paid for. That's right. So the ladies, after the ceremony, the ladies sit down. Candace brought her mother and her hubby, which was, I don't know, they must be her new bodyguards or something. Robyn, Giselle, Ashley, they all sit down and they start to talk about the charges. Candace explains she wants Monique to go under the jail. She wants her locked up for 12 years, 16 years. And Giselle and Robyn kind of have a change of heart. They're like, really, Candace? Now they want to back out of it. After they don't put her up to it behind the scenes, it's like, this is not what we signed up for. You took it a little bit too far.
Right. Your hateration went too far, huh?
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy. She was like, lock up the bird too. Like she's crazy.
Poor T'Challa.
She just lost her mind. Poor T'Challa. Putting T'Challa behind bars. She's crazy.
Oh my goodness. Poor T'Challa.
Okay, with you.
He's caught up in this mess too. He got pulled into this drama too. Poor T'Challa.
Poor
Wait a minute.
T'Challa.
Miss T had I was going to bring this up, Miss T. That pink freaking dress that has been worn by Erica Jane, Lisa Rinna, and now Robyn. Who is the designer of that dress? And please don't make any more of that dress. Okay?
But Monique, it turns out Robyn wore it first and she got no credit. So Robyn was actually the fact she started it. Robyn wore it first. So then Erica Jane, then Lisa Rinna, and she got no credit. So she got her credit on Watch What Happens Live. So
interesting. Thank you for that. Repeating that tea.
I got you.
Well, I wore the $30 version that night that elder OBGYN said crap about me. So I wore it first. I wore the Fashion Nova version.
Elder.
I don't wear my assets on my ass. So it was pink and it was a jacket dress. Buffy wore it first, the Frugal version.
Let it be known. Let it be known, kid. Let it be
Buffy,
known.
you're so smart. The Persians need to learn from you, honey, because they're wasting all their money on those.
Yeah, they are. And they're advertising for those brands. They charging you to advertise for them.
Smart. So
Buffy, you gotta post those photos, honey, on Instagram.
Oh, I will. I will. Ciao.
Hold on one second, real quick.
No, I had that very dress on that night when my character was maligned.
Oh.
No, it wasn't your character. It was the other person because everybody saw through that, Buffy. Trust and believe.
Right through it.
Thank
Her
you.
true colors showed out.
They did. They did. I almost broke my TV that night, Buffy. I threw a shoe at the TV, honey.
Okay.
Okay, so Miss Dorothy chimes in and she's claiming it was an assault and there needs to be consequences. But Ashley steps in and calls Candace out for not taking any accountability for her actions. All right, they engage in a back and forth and Candace accuses Ashley of being paid by Monique. Now I know where that phrase came from. Candace must be DMing people and telling them on social media that the blogs are being paid by Monique because that is what I get 24/7. Monique's paying you. Monique's paying you. So last night kind of all tied it together for me because I heard that Candace does go in people's DMs and does a lot of chatting and stuff to sway them to her side. So
Wow.
it's all adding up. It's all making sense to me.
Where is my money? Where is my money?
I know, right? Exactly.
Better say it, Richie.
I didn't get one.
You better believe.
Is it like the stimulus check?
You're not gonna get that
Did
money.
Monique sign it personally like Donald Trump?
Like it's his money. Oh, that was
You on the
good.
payroll,
can't.
Richie. You on the pay. You and I are on the payroll, child.
That's crazy, y'all.
Let them tell.
No, my favorite is when Ashley just without taking a breath is like, I'm married to a millionaire. Why would I want a payday?
Snaps.
I was very proud of
Mic
Ashley.
drop.
Very proud of her.
Yep.
Yes, very proud of her.
Mic drop.
She's so
Ashley
classy.
with the comebacks,
She's so
child. She has it. Okay. Ashley for the win. So they engage in this back and forth, and Candace accusing her of being paid. Then she points out, what do I need Monique's money for? I'm married to a millionaire. And here go Candace smugly, not for long. Not
That's
for long.
why she got popped. That's why she got popped.
Yeah.
You do too much. She's doing too much. And even if she's not married for long, she got her business in order. She will be a millionaire.
Yes, her business.
She has a post-nup, something I've never even heard of all these years of watching Bravo. Post-nup. It's new. It's a new word.
Post-nup, yep. Yeah, that's why she got popped. She's smart with the mouth and always says things that really is irrelevant or none of her business. Not for long. You're a fortune teller now. Girl, have a seat.
Right.
So, so Candace, for someone that's suffering from PTSD, Candace is looking awfully brave, right? And even her husband is like, shut up, just shut your mouth, just stop it. Whew. Y'all.
That's why they were there.
With his ill-fitting Dockers. His ill-fitting Dockers.
I'm there. Oh,
Good for you, Chris. Good for you.
Oh, Mary, you're staying this afternoon. Mary, yes.
So Candace's justification for filing these charges is that weeks went by, right? And Monique has not apologized. But that's not even true. That's a complete lie. Monique even posted this on Twitter last night.
Ooh, receipts,
child. It's dated October 23rd, and it's a letter from Candace's attorney to Monique. And basically it says, our law firm represents Candace. We have been retained in connection with the assault, an incident that occurred last week, 7 days, right? The incident occurred October 19th. This is dated October 23rd. It is imperative that you and or representatives give our office a call immediately. If we do not hear from you, we will proceed with civil, that's a lawsuit, civil action in court, as well as file a complaint. They said on the show last night, weeks went by, and Monique, after you send that to Monique, she's advised by her attorney she can't speak to you. So how can she apologize, right? How can she call you to apologize if this is a legal matter now?
She didn't want an apology. She wanted a check, a wire.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Yep.
Civil, girl. And then why the attorney in Atlanta? Don't you live in DC?
That's
Mama's
what
attorney.
I'm confused by that.
Girl.
Well, the
yeah.
the word on the curb is that he's like an ambulance chaser for reality stars.
Are you
Girl, I need his number.
Did you not? I was told he was trying to get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
He did not stutter,
He
Richie.
was reaching out to the housewives.
She didn't stutter. She said ambulance chaser for the reality stars.
And that's a hard combination of words to say. She did not stutter. Nope. Clear as a bell.
Allegedly. That's what I was told.
Allegedly. He must have Danielle Staub on the payroll too, then. Someone said it's Phaedra the attorney. That's funny.
That would be smart.
Oh my goodness. After it turns legal, you can't respond. But Monique's side did request mediation. and Candace's side refused.
Oh,
they said no.
Of
They
course.
said no. Mhm.
Smart.
Mhm. Mhm.
Smart
Yeah.
to refuse.
Next season. She needs a storyline for next season.
Exactly. Mhm. You know, now we fast forward to the future. We know that Monique filed counter charges and both charges were dropped on both sides. You know, the prosecutor saw the raw footage and said, no, ma'am, you played a part in this fight too. And if you really want us to continue on with this case, both of you will be charged. So they decided to drop it. But you could see, going back to last night's episode, the smugness in Candace. Like, oh, I got this. I am the victim. I have PTSD. My Post-it notes prove it.
Yes.
The Post-it note.
And I'm gonna get
She
paid.
almost got knocked over by the wind, girl, running to that courthouse. She almost got knocked over by the wind.
Candace was trying to get paid to lay up in the shade. Okay.
By that house she was looking at the
Right,
beginning.
$5 million house. Girl, bye.
Oh yeah, Monique was gonna fund that. This was her favorite.
Monique paid for
Monique's
it.
six house.
You ever see those TikToks where people run up to the car and then fall down? That was Candace last night. Okay, I'm surprised she didn't show up to the sip and see in a wheelchair.
Girl, right?
That's how you play victim. That is how you play the victim, okay? Not what she's doing currently. That's how you play victim. I'm serious though.
Oh my goodness.
The makeup shouldn't have been so fabulous. The wig should have been to the side a little bit. Yeah, I'm just
my head would have been bandaged up, child.
Yeah, I'm just so sad. Girl.
I would have had a black eye too.
Need that eye patch.
I would have rolled up in a wheelchair and also an IV drip.
Borrow Ashley's mom's eye patch and set you up nice.
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay. So after being painfully quiet, Karen finally speaks up, and she's not throwing Monique under the bus, but she does acknowledge that Monique should have apologized to Candace by now. The evening finally wraps with Wendy and Eddie discussing his family's absence. He explains that while he was hurt that they chose not to come, he refuses to let it take away from the joy of the day.
Yeah.
I love me some Eddie. He's awesome.
He's a good guy. He's why we like her more, I think. He's the husband.
You got to have a good heart to put up with that kind of nonsense.
Yes.
On a regular
The
basis.
husband and the sister. I like the sister a lot. Too.
I like the sister.
Yeah. Miss Ivy is the bomb, y'all. Miss Ivy is the bomb.
Yeah.
She really, really is. And she's so down to earth, eating that chicken the way she was eating it. I loved it.
And her mom looks good too. Like her mom looks young.
Oh yeah, Mama is young.
Read people. I love it.
That would be a good reality show, like the Nigerians of DC.
Yes.
That would be good.
Yes, I agree. Yes. I would watch that.
I would.
I would too. There's a lot of depth to Wendy's storyline because these are real life issues. They just got it next season. They just need to bring Eddie's family on.
Yes.
We need to see that.
Another season with that. I don't know if I like her for 2 seasons now. I just said I liked her. She's growing on me. I didn't say I want her another season.
Yeah, Monique's not feeling
pushing
it.
it, Monique. They're pushing it.
Oh my god.
Almost. Oh my goodness. Hey, why don't
Yeah,
we take a few calls, guys? You want to take a few calls? Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's add Mabel to the stream. Hey, Mabel.
Hi, you guys. So nice to see you, Miss Buffy. Looking beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. They couldn't handle you, Buffy. That's why they got rid of you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
People don't like real people. So my big issue with Candace is, okay, so first of all, my daughter has better handwriting and she puts Post-it notes around too, but she's 15. She do it to remind herself of assignments, things like that. I'm just saying, like, is she 15? And although I believe Chris should not have told her to shut up like he did, she was not listening to him. I mean, it's wrong. Like, you don't want your husband to tell you to shut up. But clearly, she listens to no one. No one. Her mama has done hit her. I mean, maybe Chris feeling some type of way. We never know. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And I'm not saying that he does, but he was very aggressive. He was very aggressive. Like, you need to shut the fuck up. Like, still talking. And she still kept going. But the best part was when Ashley came back talking about, I don't need to get paid. She was just like, I don't need to get paid. I got a husband that's a millionaire. Not for long. Okay. And what do you have? A chef from home. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It was nice to see Eddie and the whole, like, I don't know anything about Nigerian culture. So that was kind of nice. But I definitely feel like Wendy is more at fault than we know her to be. And like you said, Monica, stuff is coming out more and more about her. And that's unfortunate. I can't imagine not having my family involved. And I have children. You know what I mean? My family lives all the way in Arkansas, but they still check periodically. We still are in communication. Like, I get stuff like that. But 8 years, you've never seen your grandchildren?
Yeah.
That's awful. That's awful. I can't imagine it. And I feel like I like Mr. Ray because he did kind of put Karen in her place a little bit. Even though he may be a little bit of a narcissist. I think when you have been with someone for so long and have done everything for them, and then they have to take over, it kind of, maybe that's his manhood. Like, he's not happy with that. Like, I'm supposed to be the man. I'm supposed to be the breadwinner. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
And, so that might be part of the problem. I just wanted to say that stuff. I know you have other people waiting. I love you guys. It was nice seeing you, Miss Buffy.
Nice seeing
I hope you guys
Love
have a great
you,
day.
Mabel.
Bye. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
honey. Bye. I'm going to add Bernice to the stream. Hey, Bernice.
Bernice!
Hey, Buffy, love you too.
Thank you.
Richie, my boy, me and my baby. Love
Hey.
you, Monique, Monica.
Thank you, baby.
I had to watch this with my third eye, like Richie told me. Wendy, with the kids, I like her. Without the kids, I don't.
Okay.
Because when she said that she wanted all positive women around her to instill the values that she wants her daughter to have, she dissed Monique. And Monique told y'all in the other episode, don't invite me to any events. I'm not going to come just to keep the stuff down. I wasn't going to invite her anyway. She told you not to invite her. So you didn't have to even say anything. Candace, wait a minute, let me get my tissue. Okay. At the table, to see my third eyes when this scenario where y'all was trying to get her fired. You said it out your mouth right then when Giselle said, "Well, we didn't want to do all that," and she's eating her food like, "Didn't we? Didn't we?" So you're telling me y'all plotted this for the whole season to get her off the show?
Not.
Bingo.
Bernice, you better tell that truth.
That third eye, honey.
The way she said that, like, didn't we? Didn't we? I'm looking like, oh, you just told on yourself. And she's looking at Robyn and Giselle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And the only person
There you go.
Only person I felt bad in this episode was Wendy's husband.
Yeah.
Because he looked at hurt that
He did.
his parents didn't come. But with their history, I didn't expect them to come.
Yeah.
If you didn't come to the wedding and you ain't contacted them in 8 years, they haven't even tried to contact you, they're not gonna come. They old, they're set in their way. You gotta come to them, they're not coming to you. You gotta come to the mountain not coming to you. And Ray, I understand the man is the head of the household, but the woman is the neck that supports him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Preach.
his time to support Karen. Simple as that. He was there with you while you were growing up to be in the Black Bill Gates. Now it's your time to support her. You know, you can get some. You can order your food in, Ray. She wasn't all that great of a cook, Ray. Come on now.
Right.
Let's not go there. She catered most of the damn food, so let's not. She wasn't home.
Tell it, Bernice.
No, you putting up this facade where I need a home cooked meal. Dude, you can go in there and cook for yourself. You know, because I was looking like, oh Lord, he getting on my nerves. Like, okay. Because you're trying to make it seem like you was back in the 50s and you came home from work and she was just in her apron and in her pearls and she just like, here's your news for the day, honey. I'm just so happy to see you. Come on now. Really?
Here's a martini and a blowjob.
Yeah, Stepford wife.
You know, like, okay.
I mean, that's okay for role play.
Yes, Buffy, yes.
Right.
Priorities.
And Ashley, I love Ashley.
The casserole is ready, Hanny.
Yeah.
That's what it is for.
Yeah.
Amir.
And Ashley, I love Ashley because I didn't like the way they was trying to shut Ashley up at the table when she was saying both of y'all was going at each other. And they were saying like, you was in the bathroom. You was in the bathroom. She said, yeah, but I heard you while I was in the bathroom. And it wasn't.
Was she hiding? Was Ashley hiding?
She was peeing. Remember, she was mid-pee stream, and she was like, damn it, I'm missing it. That's the worst.
She did say that. She did say that.
Oh, she did say that.
She said, I heard Joe's voice and I heard Monique's voice. And you was going in on her like she was going in on you. So you're not innocent.
Yep.
And that's when Giselle, thing one and thing two saying, you was in the bathroom. How you know?
Exactly.
Okay, thing one and thing two. And then when they turned to Karen, like Karen already said, both of y'all was wrong. You still my friends, but both of y'all was wrong. I ain't got nothing else to say about this. And stop trying to make me guilt me into saying, oh, Monique was the villain and you just the victim. You're not Little Red Riding Hood and she's not the big bad wolf. Come on now.
Tell it. You better tell it, Bernice.
Getting on my nerves because when she went to the with her friend at the dinner, he was talking to her like, and he was looking like he all over this. Like, you really going through with this? Like, girl, it ain't that serious. You know,
Right.
Because I'm sorry, it's not a fight. If you ever looked at Mob Wives, now that was a fight. Because that wasn't no fight.
No.
We go cruise, and all
Right.
the stuff we've been talking about other people just coming home to roost. That's it. In the words
Exactly.
exactly. Home to roost.
Exactly. Hey, Bernice, my backstage is getting filled up, honey. Hang tight. Hang tight. I might bring you back on, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye for now.
Bye, preacher, honey.
Awesome.
She's so funny.
Hey, Plez.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Hey y'all. I just wanted to step in and tell y'all that I love the show and I'm happy to be here. I just want to say that I can't stand Candace or her mammy. She is the result of why Candace is the way she is. And I understand what y'all are saying about Chris being a little aggressive, but somebody needed to be. Candace needed to be put in her place. No one has put her in her place, apparently, her whole life. And someone needs to tell her to shut up because she does the most with the least. She always goes after Ashley, but seems to fail to realize that she and Ashley are one and the same. The only difference is Ashley married into her money. Candace was born in her money. It doesn't make her any better. Candiace only has what she has because her mother has worked hard and has been gracious. Ashley has worked hard in her own right as well. That's not easy putting up with Michael and his scandals every season.
Hello.
And so I would actually
Poor
rather
her,
be
though.
Ashley than be Candiace, who's having a man riding her mother's coattails. She has to go to her mother for everything. And that is why she is the way she is. So I don't believe in violence, but Candiace got what was coming to her a long time ago. I was really, really sad about Eddie and his family. That has to be very hard. The story he relayed about his son, I just couldn't imagine knowing that my children and my parents are alive and my children have never been able to meet their other grandparents. That is just crazy. I understand the cultural differences, but it's just a lot going on there. However, like you all said, it did make Wendy more relatable. And I'm dying that Monica finally brought up the Jermaine Jackson relevancy, because I have been figuring out that Eddie Munster hairline for the she came on the show. I'm like, this hair is horrible. The hair and the foundation match, y'all. The foundation match with her and her mother. We got to get them some better makeup artists. Karen has Beat Face Honey. I followed her on YouTube for years. They may want to share. I don't know. I know Karen doesn't really care for Wendy. She might not want to share, but she needs to get somebody else on that makeup. Ray and Karen, I really do feel bad for both of them. It really is a true story. And this is why I like watching these types of shows as a single woman. I think it's important to see what marriages really look like and how people can grow apart.
Yeah.
And that's really what's going on with them. You know, they can fight to get it back together, but I don't really think it's anybody's fault. Like you all said, same thing actually with Ashley and her husband. Like you said, Monique, he signed up for one wife and got another. He signed up for the fun, young, we can be wild and do all these crazy threesomes. And then now she's had children and she wants it a little different. I was happy that Robyn and Giselle kind of show that they can be less of a bitch sometimes. They drew the line in the sand and said, no, this is too far. This is too much. We really don't want her to go to jail. But because Candiace is, like Buffy said, a petulant child, she is going to dig this in the mud. The last thing that I have to say, I really hope all of her acting results in a Kleenex sponsorship. Because, baby, the dabs for the non-existent tears are killing me. The non-existent dabs of the non-existent tears. It's just on cue at this point. Girl,
it's
and
comical.
then you have all these homophobic tweets and bring your good Judy on the show.
Right.
It's too much, y'all. I can't stand her. I don't like her. I want her off of my screen. She should have been off 2 seasons ago. Get somebody up.
Yes,
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
You did that.
I love you. Have a beautiful week, honey. Thank you. Bye. All right.
Let's handle that.
Yes, she did.
In a nutshell.
All the way.
Boom, boom, boom.
In a nutshell. Do we have time for one more call? Do we have time for one more call? Can we take Michael? Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Michael!
How are you guys doing?
Hey, sweetheart. How are
Michael.
you?
I'm good. My thing with Karen and Ray, I feel like Ray told Karen at the beginning of the season what he wanted, and then she went and had a big old party where he didn't receive any representation. She had the K's and all over the place. He didn't receive no representation. I think the man told her at the beginning of the season he wanted toast and coffee, and she went and had a party, and that was not what he wanted. That's why he left the party or went up those stairs early. He was over it. So I think that's where I think that's it's been a little bit more than just her becoming successful. It might be a situation about her not listening to what he wants. And I understand her being a successful woman and stuff like that, but it's like you said, you gotta balance it. There has to be a balance. You can't just ignore him to make your business grow, because then what happens when you lose him?
Yeah.
As far as somebody not listening, Candace definitely, that's why Chris told her the other season. He was like, I'm your husband and you're going to listen to what I say. And apparently she still don't. And I feel like the reason why he was telling her to shut up was because, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're in legal proceedings, they normally don't want you to talk about the process because they don't.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's telling her shut up, like, and she's just still going off at the mouth, and it's like, now what if she says something? Now what if she says something? Now suppose at that dinner it came out that Giselle, Robyn, and Candace, like, this was a plan. We wanted her off. We didn't want her to go to jail, but we want her. Now what if Ashley wrote this statement and put all that information in there? Now you didn't mess up the girl case. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I might not be correct.
No, it's nothing.
But you might be.
I think you're spot on.
But you is.
Did you all see on Watch What Happens Live? Robyn said that she had owed that tax money before. She just forgot about it.
Didn't I say?
Buffy, see, that's why everyone.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say, or she been older, right?
Mm-hmm. She did say that.
Love my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as Giselle and that, what was that she had on? Was that like a tent?
Oh,
what is that?
I have no clue.
It's getting worse.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, if it works for her, okay, let it work. As far as Candace and her mother, I feel like her mother only got Candace's side of the story, so she doesn't know exactly everything that happened. So she's going based off of my baby said this, and she said the girl attacked her and all this other stuff. Oh, now I'm wondering if she's seeing it on the show. She's like, well, Candace, you didn't tell me that you hit the girl in the face with a glass. No matter the order of events, you didn't tell me that you did all this and other. It's like I only got one side of the story.
Exactly.
Ashley in that therapist session, I was like, first of all, let's be honest, Michael didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there.
No.
But
at least he went.
He's like, look, I have failed my recording contractual obligations for the day. We're gonna make this as quick as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna tell them what I think they need to hear, and we're gonna move on. All right. That's how he was about that. I loved everything with Wendy and Eddie. I loved that. It was like, it just showed more depth to her family.
Yeah.
As far as the preview for next week, I wasn't here for Wendy coming downstairs talking about something. We want to hear you hold Monique accountable. What more do you need to hear her say? She already said it at the sit down. Like, what else does she need to say? Does she need to say, Monique, you are a bad person. I condemn you for this. First of all, don't none of y'all have a heaven, hell, or a jail cell to put Monique in. So all of this is just your opinions. All of this is your opinions about what you think of her. And that, at the end of the day, Monique really don't care. Because you remember, she was like, when Giselle said, I don't want to be around with you, and she got out and walked out, you can go.
She said,
the door.
Bye.
The door. Like,
you and your security guard.
Yeah.
Bye. And then Robyn talking on Watch Her Head Live and talking about something. Oh, I'd have been security enough for Giselle. It was extra and it was over the top, but it wasn't warranted. But I'd have been her security.
Because you a thug.
Okay.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah. But Robyn, do you have a kind of a security guard build? So I can see that. She's like she might have been a correctional officer in another life.
Damn, like Dolores. She's like a Dolores. Love it. Love it.
All right, Michael, you are so funny every time. You always deliver and so on point. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You have a fabulous day. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right, I gotta do some housekeeping. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button. Bang that notification bell if you're already subscribed. Like the video. Those likes help us out so much. Or dislike it if you like. Whatever. They both help. Moderators, you guys are wonderful. Thank you for keeping the door at the party in line. Crowd control. I thank y'all so much. Everyone that sent in a super chat today, thank you so much. We love you all. Monique, how can they find you?
You can find me at Cocktails and Confessions on both IG and TikTok. My website, confessionsofaserialdater.com. And don't forget my debut book is available for pre-order. I know you guys are tired of hearing about it, but I'm going to keep talking about it. Reality and Chaos on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Awesome. Buffy, our wonderful guest, how can they find you?
I'm Buffy Purcell on Instagram and the real Buffy Purcell on TikTok. And there's, something to that because I wasn't portrayed as I am. And you can go to mrsmd.com. It's my website. And soon, Crawl Before You Ball, I'm going to have an intervention virtual intervention coming out soon. So stay tuned.
Awesome.
Financial
Richie?
intervention.
You guys can follow me at DJ Richie Sky on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
That was so sultry, Richie.
I know. I'm like,
It's like butter. I was like, follow you where? It was great. Good thing you're taken, honey. Ooh. Okay, well, you can follow me on Instagram, Amir Yas Official on Instagram, and Twitter is Amir Yas Tweets, and also on TikTok. And Buffy, I loved having you come back. Oh,
Thank you.
like, for real.
Yes, Buffy.
This was a lot of fun.
Really
and therapeutic.
And I am all about the tea, Monica. You can find me over at the blog, allaboutthetea.com. I'm also on Instagram as All About the Tea, Twitter, All About the Tea, DAT. Facebook, All About the Tea Official. You can email me at editor@allaboutthetea. I get all your emails and your tips and your kind messages. Guys, listen, I wish we could do this all day, seriously, every day. We love you all. Thank you for rocking with us today. Buffy, hearts, hugs, and kisses to you, sister. You are amazing, beautiful, highly intelligent, and you can read a bitch down. That's why I said, Buffy, get on this show. Get on this thing, okay?
Gracias. Thank you.
And to my fabulous co-hosts, y'all know I love y'all. Hearts, hugs, and kisses. Bye, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.